I'm not drafting anything. It's these people. They chose a few games, so this is going to be a special card with no general goals and goals in only a few specific games. We'll see what they come up with. About to give them the countdown, and we'll reveal the card. And yeah, here we go. Yeah, which actually means those general goal counts up at the top don't mean anything here. So yeah, we've got some Party House, some Paint Chase, some Magic Garden, some Tactics, some Onion Delivery, Avianos, and Fistel, and Waldorf's Journey, I believe, are the full list of games. And they are off. Let's see where we're heading. They've got Magic Garden and Party House, so no head-to-head race right off the bat, which is pretty likely in a format like this. Smo is going into Party House, though, presumably for a trying to gain control of that center square, probably. I think this is a random scenario. I didn't quite catch it, though. But okay, I did see Leprechaun and Genie as the star guests, which, yeah, that is not a preset scenario. Yeah, scenario 08750 or something like that up there. So Smo is going for that middle square control, which I think is a good move, especially with random scenario can be pretty quick if you are strong at Party House. Meanwhile, we've got BoardsOfHannahda pushing the Magic Garden squares. We've got a few Magic Garden tiles here on the board. We've got obtain a score multiplier of 8x. We have defeat an enemy worth at least 500 points. We have... Is there any more? Okay, our use Overgrow and save 30 OPs in a run. We're not in the Overgrow code, so can't be going for that. Looking for these two. I do like Magic Garden first as just kind of a attempt at a blitz strategy. Magic Garden is a short game with short goals. You could potentially accumulate a pretty large amount of tiles quickly before your opponent can get anything else if they're in another game, like say Party House. That said, BoardsOfHannahda needs to accumulate a couple more potions than that if they are wanting to reach the 8x multiplier or an enemy worth 500 points. This is a very easy double goal if you just accumulate a few potions before you start chaining off. I'd say with like 6 potions on the board, ooh, and walking right into OP there, so unfortunately gonna have to restart there. I'd say with 6 potions on the board, you could start picking up potions while making 2 more, and then just knock both these goals out at once. But we've already seen 2 deaths, so BoardsOfHannahda is struggling a little bit here. Over at the same time, though, we have seen a couple of busts from Smo on this random scenario, but this is a pretty good random scenario overall. We've got Trouble and Negation in the cute dogs. We've got Bartender's the most overpowered econ money generator in the game. That combination alone is very, very strong, just having the Trouble Mitigation with the Bartender. And cute dogs are good pop gen, too, at 2 apiece, so we're also seeing the Photographers come out here. The Photographer is a little slow to use when it comes to racing, but can be quite strong, especially if you can combine with something like a Stylist. I don't believe we have those here, though. Oh, and that's another death from BoardsOfHannahda. BoardsOfHannahda kind of struggling here. This is 2 pretty quick Magic Garden goals on the board. So, yeah, definitely feeling like they're committed here, you know. You take a death, you just run back in. You can get it in just 2 more minutes. But that can add up if you keep taking deaths like this. Gotta play with a little bit more caution if you're having problems with this. And there is another bust for Snow. Unfortunately, 3 very quick wild buddies. Haven't really looked at what else there is in terms of Party House goals. We've also got Get Busted by the Fire Department. I don't believe we have any guest bringers here, so I don't think that can happen on this scenario. We have 6 trouble on screen at once. I don't even know if there was additional trouble options in the shop for this scenario, so I don't think that's a choice either. It's also a pretty risky one to go for if your goal is to win, which I think Smo's primary focus here is just on beat a random scenario. So probably going to be avoiding trying to pull off risky goals like that on this run. I think we are pretty focused on that center tile right now. Okay, so we've got 4 potions on the board, about to be 5. If BoardsOfHannahda can get like 1 more potion on the board, They should be in pretty good shape to just start getting the potions, and it looks like that is what we are doing now. Gotta be careful, though. Don't want these potions to time out. Oh, okay, maybe just taking one potion to simplify the board a little bit. Another potion on the board. I think you want at least one more potion before you really go for the push for these goals. And we are looking at a nice 6 potions, pretty close to being 7. Okay, and there we go. There's a potion pickup, and I think we are going to see the push happen here. Yeah, okay, Boards of Hannahda sweeping up these potions. Enough Opies in tow to almost make one more potion. Does have to make one more potion to get to this 8, or no, actually you don't need 7. It's not 8 potions you need, because the first potion gets you up to 2. So, yeah, just needs to pick up 2 more potions. I think has those potions are, that's lucky. That potion dropped super close by. That was risky there. That was a really risky move from Boards of Hannahda. It looks like we're gonna pivot right into Overgrow, just try and sweep the card out of all Magic Garden goals. Smo is looking pretty stable here. We've got a lot of control here. Okay, now we do have Mr. Popular, so could potentially get busted by the fire department here. And I think Smo will want to try and get that at some point, because, yeah, that's 2 tiles on row 4 for Boards of Hannahda. And yeah, as soon as Hannahda finishes this Overgrow goal, I imagine we'll see them moving on to a different game, because I believe that is the last of the goals for Magic Garden on this card. Doesn't have too much left. This 6 will bring it up to 20. Just needs to rescue another 10. Three more to go. Board is starting to get crowded here, though, so Boards of Hannahda's got to be careful. But it does look like a pretty straight shot from here. Just needs to drop these 2, and there we go. That's 30 Opies saved. Go into 31 for good measure. And we're up to 3 points. An early lead for Boards of Hannahda. Smo with a pretty good random scenario for the center tile, but is playing it pretty slow. In these race settings, you gotta forgo consistency and min-maxing a little bit in favor of speed. And Smo is really, like, bringing out all of the utility to try to maximize value on every party. And that involves a lot of active abilities, you know, Cupids, photographers, etc., etc. The Mr. Populars add quite a bit of delay because you have to wait for that message to print out. It all adds up into quite a bit of time loss, and Smo has been on this random scenario for quite some time now. Whereas, yeah, with more focus on speed, just getting up, you know, the safety, for mashing from some trouble mitigation in these cute dogs, and then just mashing the door open, you can finish a random scenario that gives you good trouble mitigation pretty reliably in under 5 minutes if you really push for the speed. Does come with some risk, though, so I can respect the playing a little bit safe to maximize the safety margins here. But I think, yeah, at this point, it looks like Smo's ready to win. I see 3-star guests here, and one of them's genies. Just needs to buy another genie, and then one genie just lets you chain into the win. Yep, there you go. Just gonna chain the genies into the leprechaun, and there you go. That's the ultimate party. And that's gonna be the center tile for Smo, but it took quite a bit of time here. Boards of Hannahda already with 3 tiles claimed, and it's now an onion delivery. Not quite as fast of a game as Magic Garden, but still a pretty short game, with the gold disc for onion delivery taking under 7 minutes if you're exceptionally lucky. And also, you know, very well executed. But we are going into another scenario. Looks like we're trying to get busted by the fire department to block some tiles in line with the rows and columns that Boards of Hanahda is already occupying. This also sets up for a potential delivery play, or diagonal play, on the onion delivery. Deliver 8 onions in one day, tactics 1,000 points in survival, and the Avianos gold disc. Oh, that's a death for Boards of Hanahda. But yeah, the thing is, I think if Smo is eyeing this diagonal, it's very likely that Smo is going to beat her to that onion delivery square and cut that diagonal off. I think Smo... Okay, Smo does manage to get the fire department goal. Nice quick goal. Blocks a row possibility from Boards of Hanahda. Brings her up to 2 points. Go back to the menu, then we go back into Party House again. Are we looking at 6 star guests at once? That is a pretty risky and time-consuming goal. There's also have 6 trouble on screen at once, which is a lot more reliable, but nope, going to go over to Waldorf's Journey. Waldorf's Journey, shortest goal on the card. Yeah, Waldorf's Journey, if you've seen the speedrun leaderboards, it's a whole bunch of times under 1 minute. It's a very, very quick game, and the goals for the game are also quite short. So looking at Waldorf's Journey, we've got have 35 shells at once. We have 4 puffins at once. We have enter the palace with 6 puffins, and we have the gold disc. So all things that you could do in one run. Canfish is a nice pickup from this shop. And it looks like Boards of Hanahda is gonna go for that 8 onion deliveries and finish the day. Just needs to deliver here to Onion Park, and then 1 more on top of it to Central Storage. Central Storage is pretty close by, so I think Boards of Hanahda is going to get that row 2, column 4 tile. Now, yeah, the enter the palace with 6 puffins is the very hard goal for Waldorf. There are 6 puffins available on the map. You have to go through the whole run without taking any falls and collecting every puffin. Interesting to see Smo is skipping that large shell back there. I'm wondering if she hasn't realized that 35 shells at once is a goal on this board. Because it definitely seems like those large shells would be worth chasing here. Oh, okay. Kind of struggling a bit to get to Central Storage. Oh, okay. Are we going out of the way for... Is there like a time crate skull or something? Okay, yes, there is 6 hit 6 time boxes in 1 day and complete the day. So I think we're looking for the double header here. Getting 6 time boxes and 8 deliveries in 1 day. Just setting up for a quick attack on that column. And the one Waldorf's Journey tile on that column, Smo seems like she's not paying attention to. So, Boards of Hanahda is looking good here. Looking like they've got the pretty strong starting advantage here. 8 onions delivered. I haven't been keeping track of the time crates, but I'm assuming we're pretty close here, and probably just needs to grab this one here. Oh, misses the entry, but yeah, finishes the day, and I imagine we're going to see both of those tiles marked. Yep. That's a double point for Boards of Hanahda. And are we going to stay in onion delivery? Looks like we are for complete 2 days of deliveries down in row 2 or row 5, column 2. Oh, and did Smo take a death? Oh, that's not good for Smo here. See, we're back at the start of Waldorf's Journey, which is yeah, Smo's already on the back foot in terms of tile count. Yeah, I kind of feel like with a format like this, you know, I'm always in favor of the center tile control plays in bingo rounds, provided the center tile doesn't take too long to get. In a format like this, where everything's clustered into just like a handful of games, I think there's like 8 games on this card. I think you have to be a little bit more mindful of just getting a good quantity of squares. Because, yeah, Smo went for that first tile in the center to try and secure positional advantage, but by the time she's got that tile, Boards of Hanahda's already got 3 other tiles and, you know, is setting up for another 2, and there's almost no bingos available using this center square anymore. Yeah, the positional advantage is just not paying out for Smo. Smo needs to start grabbing tiles quickly, and Boards of Hanahda is coming for right on her heels coming into Waldorf's journey. If Boards of Hannahda is able to snipe some of these goals from Smo, this would be disastrous for her. I think they're chasing the 35 shells at once for the potential bingo on column 4 here. They kind of seem to deliberately go out of their way to pick up a shell there. And yeah, Smo continuing to pay no mind to the shell goal, is currently sitting on 0 shells. Weather Vane there, at least gonna take that out, but okay, it looks like yeah, Boards of Hannahda also kind of going out of the way for some puffins too. I think, you know, might just oh, okay, there we go. Smo does have 4 puffins, and now that sends the signal to Boards of Hannahda that Smo is in this game too. So I wonder if we'll see any sort of change here. It looks like Smo with a pause here. Does not really have time for this, unfortunately. Looks like Boards of Hannahda might be shifting towards like pushing for gold disc. I'm not sure though. But yeah, I think Smo really needs to try and get this enter the palace with 6 puffins goal locked down. I think one of Smo's best remaining plays here. Okay, there's 35 shells for Boards of Hannahda. I think one of Smo's biggest remaining hopes here is the top left to bottom right diagonal. So I think she really needs this 6 puffin goal. Only 1 puffin to go. Smo does have a distance lead here. Gonna pop the binoculars, see if she can spot the last remaining puffin. There's a shop. No sign of the puffin, though. Hopefully didn't pass it up already. Yeah, the thing is, it's more than just getting the puffins. She has to get the remaining puffins and reach the end without taking any falls. Boards of Hannahda taking a fall, so is not possible for them to get the enter the palace with 6 puffins goal anymore. Whereas Smo, though, I think is still good for that. Some canned fish in the shop, definitely gonna pick that up. You know, shells really don't matter now that the goal is gone. And we're gonna pull out the binoculars again. Hopefully we see this last puffin, but there's still no sign of it. There it is! Okay, just need to get that puffin and reach the end without a fall. That's a death for Boards of Hannahda, going back to the start for Waldorf here. I don't think I like Hannahda staying in after a death. You've seen your opponent mark something here. You know they're here. So, okay, Smo gonna just eat the canned fish here for safety and just go for a big jump to the finish, I think. 5% to go. Fighting this wind, but 5% is barely any distance at all. And there we go. That's enter the palace with 6 puffins. And then you just need to jump forward to the... I'm forgetting his name right now. You just need to... Just walk forward. Please, Smo, just... Yeah. Probably just having to tab between windows. Just need to go over here to grab the gold disc. There we go. And now Smo's in pretty good shape. And we're seeing a tactics play. I think... Yep, we're probably going to see it from both. This Reach Lieutenant in ranked mode is now a key square for both players. I believe Lieutenant mode, Lieutenant, I want to say, is rank 50? Well, pretty bad start for Boards of Hannahda, already taking a hit. You do not want to be taking a hit. Oh, it does get a nice quick win, though, but... one single hit drops you from earning 10 points down to 4. Whereas it looks like Smo here is going to get the flawless victory and will be getting a full-on 10 points and take the lead here in this tactics race. Yep, gonna go up to rank first class. Okay, but Boards of Hannahda also answering back with a flawless victory, going up to 24 points, taking the lead back. This is back and forth right now. Smo, you're going to want to block that grunt. There we go. It looks like Smo, though, taking another flawless win here. Yep, that's going to be another 3-0 win, bringing her up to 30 points, but Boards of Hannahda also gets a flawless win. Boards of Hannahda cleanly in the lead now with a 4-point advantage. Although, you know, as far as number of flawless wins needed to get to the necessary rank, they're tied. They both need 2 more clean wins. Oh, this board is looking pretty rough for Boards of Hannahda. Like, does get it under control and gets 1 point through. Oh, that's gonna be a big mistake. That's gonna be a costly mistake from Smo there, letting 2 units through. At best, she can only earn 2 points this round. At worst, she's losing a bunch. And Boards of Hannahda with another clean, flawless win. I think we're only 1 win away now. Just needs 1 more win to reach Lieutenant mode. And Smo is struggling here. 1 flag to 3, not making any headway on this, on breaking through this front. I think it's gonna go to Boards of Hannahda. And then Smo is gonna have to play on defense with to block this party house square. Oh, okay. Boards of Hannahda does take a couple of hits, though, so this, even assuming that they win this, which is, it's looking a little dicey, I don't know if they've got this. Even if they win this, they're still gonna have to get at least 1 more win after this. Smo still standing on this goal, but it's taking quite a while. Oh, and that's a full 0-3 loss for Boards of Hannahda, going down to 39 points, which means now they need at least 2 wins. Honestly, Smo's got to pick up the pace here, though. Like, at some point, it's almost more worthwhile to just take the loss and just get a fresh start to the scenario. This is, we've been sitting at this 1-3 setup for quite some time, and yeah, Smo is just bleeding time, giving Boards of Hannahda the opportunity to get back in here. Tactics ranked can be tricky, though. Oh, and that's another hit for Boards of Hannahda, so down to 2 flags here. This ninja's gonna get through. Oh, and that's another loss for Boards of Hannahda. This is opening the door back up for Smo. They're about tied in rank points now, I think. But Smo's gotta find a way to break through on this scenario. This scenario has got her hung up for quite some time now. Okay, gets 1 more point through. Just needs 1 more to finish the scenario. Boards of Hannahda answering back with a win, a flawless win, getting another 10 points, going back up to rank Sergeant, which puts Boards of Hannahda 1 victory away from the required rank again. Okay, this is a guaranteed win, Smo. Just gotta hold the fast forward button and you win. Alright, there we go. Smo going up to rank 4 or 32, right. That was a one flag win. And yeah, that was just so much time lost. Ooh, that's a damage sneaking through on Boards of Hannahda's side. They are still in good enough shape, though, that I think if they win from here with 2 flags remaining, I think they still make the rank. But if I'm remembering what they're at... Oh, he's 49, okay. If they're at 49, then yeah, 1 flag will do it. They just need to win this. Doesn't have to be pretty. They just need to take the win. That said, this is looking really dicey. There's a big swarm knocking on their door, and they do not have much to answer it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Boards of Hannahda is going to be able to win this round. Yeah, and that's going to be it. This line's going to get through, and that's going to be another big point loss for Boards of Hannahda. Still within one win, though. 43 points. Can win from here. Oh, but this looks really good for Smo. 2 open lanes with fast units charging in. Okay, well, we do get a block there, but, another hero spawning. This is... I think Smo has a win here if they just fast forward from here. Yes, this is a win for Smo. And I think this is enough. I keep losing track of where they are. No, she's only at 33! And that's a 1 flag win for Boards of Hannahda. They're both in the 40s. A flawless win wraps this up for either one of them. I think Boards of Hannahda, I think Boards of Hannahda, I think was at 45. Oh, that leveled up spearman is going to be a problem there, knocking on Boards of Hannahda's door. And Boards of Hannahda barely has any units. I don't know. This is sneaking a knight through on the top lane, but I don't know if they can hold this bottom row. This bomber will help. But Boards of Hannahda is forced to play on defense here. That's a unit sneaking through. And I don't think they have enough points then to win. To reach the necessary rank if they win from here. I think they'll need another win. Oh, this is so tight. Boards of Hannahda starting to recoup a little bit here, building up a little bit more force. This top row is looking pretty good with this leveled up ninja just dealing damage up here. Okay, does score. Okay, Boards of Hannahda takes a win, but yeah, like I said, I don't think this is enough points. I think this puts them at 49. Yes, this puts them at 49. If Smo can get a flawless win here, they will be able to snipe this out. But that is, that's a pretty big if here. The tactics being a little bit rude to both the runners here. But Boards of Hannahda just needs any win. Oh, and this second row for Boards of Hannahda looks really good. Nothing spawns to block it! That's going to be Boards of Hannahda's style. There's Lieutenant rank. And Smo needs to see that and get out of here. Needs to go right over to the party house. Not just for defensive purposes, but that middle row, like row 3 and column 5 are Smo's only bingos left, and she kind of needs to go for a bingo at this stage. Okay, there's the pause. I think she's realized. And it's going to party house. And, oh, okay. Boards of Hannahda actually just gonna play, I think play defense here. I think we're just going for blocking that middle row bingo and accumulating more tiles towards a majority. And beat a random scenario having purchased the maximum number of Ultimate Friends and Rich Pals. This is a rough tile. Oh yeah, no, Hannahda definitely has beat 8 levels. There were so many losses and having to get wins back to recoup lost points. I'm pretty sure Hannahda has beat 8 levels, and they just need to mark it. I honestly completely, I was so focused on the bingo plays that I didn't even notice that tile was lit, and I imagine the racers are in the same position here. Okay, we do have bartenders for Smo in this random scenario, which is going to be one of the best ways to make this work. Bartenders just give you so much extra house space, which is just going to let you take advantage of those extra old buddies and rich friends. Okay, I didn't notice, did Boards of Hannahda skip using the power-up in the previous level? I assume they're aiming for the beat 7 levels without using power-ups goal. Yeah, this is a really nice scenario. We've got bartenders, we've got introverts, we've got cute dogs. Like, this scenario has pretty much everything you need. Could even go for have 6 Starguests on screen at once, with dinosaurs on, and mermaids, you know, 2 cheap Starguest options. Okay, well, I guess we're not going for the beat 7 levels without power-ups, because we just picked up the paint guns. So I think we're just going to, yeah, for 240 power and 6 levels. Which, 240 points is going to cut off Smo from that middle row bingo, and that's going to leave her only with column 5, which she's barely even touched. Pretty much no one's touched column 5, so I think locking Smo out of a bingo on column 5 shouldn't be too difficult to do for Boards of Hannahda. Just needs to not get sniped once. That's all you need to be able to block a bingo there. And with 4 different goals, I said most of the goals are in Avianos. They're mostly in one game, so they're, you know, this draft bingo format does have a lot of sniping potential. Column 5 is all Smo's games? Okay. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with what people have drafted here, so... Okay. That's a pretty easy clear for Boards of Hannahda here. Gonna be taking 20 points, going up to 133. Just needs another 107 points. I believe that was level 5 as well, so beat 6 levels will be done very shortly. Oh yeah, I just realized that this, yeah, for this... I didn't even realize the mascots. Yeah, that actually makes the challenge of using all the old friends and rich pals actually kind of work for you. Have we pointedly avoided that spike cannon here? Yeah, I guess, you know, like, you can just... Okay, yeah, 6 levels done. You can just try and avoid the, like, play, you know, some after. If you just finish 7 levels with without using power-ups, which, you know, most levels don't even have them. Or, I don't know about most, but a lot of them don't even have power-ups. So if you just play until you have played 7 levels that don't have power-ups on the board, yeah, you have completed that goal, and you can speed it up a little bit by skipping power-ups on some of the maps. So there's another one done. Yeah, picked up power-ups in 2 levels so far. That means that, yeah, if Boards of Hannahda finishes 9 levels, they'll have that goal done. This slug level can be a little tricky. Slugs like to spread out and cover lots of ground, so gotta be careful and make sure that you're painting enough on this one. It's really easy to miss the mark. But that should be more than enough. I believe the pass mark is just 50%. There we go, going up to 167 points. Just needs a little under 80 here. I'm not sure I would recommend using avoiding using the power-ups here. With 2 power-ups, like, you kind of want to use them here because of how spread out the slugs are and how much they'll swarm the board without the extra help. But it looks like Boards of Hannahda is going to stick with no power-ups here. And we're going to Avianos to start sweeping up that right column. And yeah, this is the play to make. The flip side is that, yeah, Boards of Hannahda doesn't really have many bingo options left either. Okay, Boards of Hannahda just gonna hit the time stop, I think, concerned they're not gonna take the win here. And, you know, the time stop is gonna help you get the points you need to get that 240 score. Okay, only 5 points there. Actually needed that time stop there. But yeah, Boards of Hannahda does not have many bingos left available either. They're both down to 1 available bingo. Column 1 for Boards of Hannahda, column 5 for Smo. And both of them only have 1 tile in those respective columns. Although, as we already pointed out, Boards of Hannahda actually has 2 in the first column as soon as they realize that they've actually won 8 battles in the tactics. So, it's and the question is, are they going to realize that? Oh, and picking up the power-up at the last second there. Okay, we're getting the terminal message. Yeah, that paint drone pickup did absolutely nothing other than slow down the progress on this goal to beat 7 levels without power-ups. But yeah, we do see some Avianos play here for Smo. Score is now 9-6 in Boards of Hannahda's favor. And so yeah, I think this looks to be a custom game with 8 mountains. I guess maybe still, like, kind of keeping an eye on the possible for a bingo on the center row. Though, I think if you see that paint chase tiles are getting lit, you know that's probably not happening. And yeah, Boards of Hannahda is gonna be in a pretty good position here to potentially bingo on the left column. The 2 remaining goals after, ooh, okay, letting that bomb car go off, probably, yeah, just gonna take the time stop power up there to help clean this up. You really got to watch out for these grenade cars. They do a lot of damage if you let them detonate. I don't know that Boards of Hannahda is gonna win this scenario. This is a lot of unpainted territory. 2 points. You want a little bit more than that when you're looking for a point goal. Yeah, looking like we're gonna see a lot of point gain on this particular course, though. This is Warp Tank. Yeah, that's a nice clear. That should cleanly get Boards of Hannahda up to 240 points. Yep, there we go, 253. Some nice symmetry to the tiles that Boards of Hannahda's taken. Up to a total of 11 tiles. Okay, no, we're gonna beat 8 levels in the campaign too. Okay. I mean, sure. Campaign. The first chunk of the campaign is really quick. Oh, okay. Pretty close match there, but does get it. All right, so we are closing in on the final hold here. Trilot comes in with a single Duck Sword. I don't think this is gonna do it. I think Smo will finish the custom game with 8 mountains. Oh, okay. Another teleport coming in with a single bomber, also not gonna cut it. So there we go. That is 1 additional tile for Smo. Trying to form the bingo on this right column. Needs to get out of here, though, and go into the campaign to start working towards the fledgling game and then the gold disc. The thing is here, though, I don't think Smo can really afford to stay in here. Boards of Hannahda is gonna be able to clear this this first column a lot faster than Smo's gonna be able to clear this last column. It might even be worth, like, just popping into Fist Hell. Because it's fast. No, we're going into a tactics. Where are we going? Are we going to survival? We're going to survival. Okay, this is the block. But see, the problem is, I don't know that you actually want to force Boards of Hannahda to play... Is that 0? Question mark. Lost count. Like, I don't... They... yeah, see, yeah, no, I don't think I can tell them that they have enough. That's something they've kind of got to figure out. Might be 13, yeah, like, it's somewhere around that. Did they seriously think they only had won, like, 3 battles in ranked mode? Okay, we're going back into a tactics to try and finish off the 1,000 points in survival mode. Yeah, see, the thing is, yeah, I was starting to say, though, like, I don't know about this play from Smo. I feel like in this position, you just gotta go on the attack. It's tough, though. Like, because, once you block this column, Boards of Hannahda is going to be able to pivot into just blocking you on your bingo, and then you lose in the majority war. I kind of feel like you just gotta push for the bingo. But maybe Smo just confident enough that she can beat Boards of Hannahda in a head-to-head on all of the remaining goals on the last column? Oh, yeah, that's, yeah, we're up to 12 here. Yeah, the thing is that to trigger a majority win, there also has to not be any bingos available, so, so, Boards of Hannahda, even if they do get to 13 tiles, they will still need to block something on this column 5. Yeah, I suppose, yeah, I get the rationale here. Like, if you do just do a straight bingo race on the left column, and that probably does win, you probably have to do something, but it's just, yeah, it's just that Smo's in such a bad position here. She's definitely backed far into a corner here, and it's pretty hard to find the win here. And I think this is a reasonable, I think going to block on a tactics here is a reasonable play. I would honestly maybe go for blocking Party House, though, since it seems to be a game that she's a lot more comfortable with, and 6 Trouble on screen in Party House is super fast. Okay, and we're about the halfway mark. Okay, yeah, we're up to 500 for Smo. But Boards of Hannahda is playing a lot more aggressively and is closing this gap pretty quickly. So, Gotta be careful here. Ooh, gotta watch those bombers, too. That's a lot of deaths taken there. $600 points for Smo, but the gap is narrowing. It's down to a 200-point gap. If Smo doesn't pick up the pace, Boards of Hannahda might overtake her. Yeah, gap is down to about 180. Things are getting pretty close here. But Smo's kind of in trouble. Needs to block this bottom line. That grunt would be perfect for that area. There we go. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Oh. Yeah, gotta watch that archer. Almost no forces left here. Can't let that column of 2 in. Yeah, no, I think Smo is gonna fail it. Yeah, no, Smo's dead. There's no way to recover from this. You've got to watch the bombers. The bombers will ruin you. Your own bombers will absolutely sabotage you if you're not careful. And Smo's gonna go at it again. And Boards of Hannahda is in a pretty cozy position here. Oh, actually, no, their unit count's pretty low too. And they just threw 2. They just let those 2 go right in. I wonder if Boards of Hannahda didn't realize they were already down a health. But that's a full reset. They're both back to 0. So the important thing with survival mode is you want to try and get in a lot of points early on. Extra points increase the number of points you get on every turn cycle. Like, whenever you score, you'll see that plus number below the score go up. And that is, I believe, how many points you get every wave that advances. So, your first score doubles your point gain. And every point gain you get will be netting you extra points for every wave you survive after that point. So, getting those fast points early on is going to be key. And yeah, we are seeing Boards of Hannahda racking up more scores here early. That plus value is going up. Stonks are rising, and Boards of Hannahda passes Smo up here. Okay, Smo putting together a pretty good board here, though. Lots of strong units in play. Again, gotta watch for those bombers. Those bombers! Smo is not really treating the bombers with a lot of care here, and they are causing her problems. And this bomber in the front about to just clear out a bunch of... clear out that archer. For not much gain here. Oh yeah, I didn't... Yeah, no, Hannahda's already down to 1 health. But does have twice of Smo's points. As long as Hannahda can keep the defense held, though they are they have a decisive lead here. Said that bottom row is looking a little dicey. Just a 1 HP archer holding it. Okay, gonna use the a shield there to block. The spearman's gonna cause problems though. Yeah, up to plus 17, soon to be plus 18 for Boards of Hannahda. So yeah, the point gain is rolling in here for Boards of Hannahda. Smo back at plus 14, not too far below, but the more important thing is the lower point total. Smo with half of Boards of Hannahda's points, and Boards of Hannahda's stabilized quite a bit from what looked a little bit scary for a bit. Does need to keep an eye on this bottom row, though. Gonna use a shield there to kind of hold it back for a bit. Only 300 points left. And yeah, playing pretty quickly. Alright, there we go, clearing out that threat at the bottom. This bomber could cause problems if, not careful. Okay, just needs to survive a few more waves. One more will do it, and there's the 1,000. Yeah, I'm surprised Smo in trying to block on a tactics here. Definitely seems like she's been going for all the party house goals, but yeah, that's a lot of time lost.
Yeah, I
What are you
messed up.
What are you doing? The game's not over?
It's so...
There's a bingo on the board.
Oh my god, sorry.
Oh my god, I thought it was over because...
Yeah, you both still have a bingo in there. Get back in there. Get back in there. Okay, yeah, BoardsOfHannahda are just gonna make the play to block on Fist Hell. Smo's gotta go there too. Okay, Smo makes the right play. If she can beat BoardsOfHannahda to the second UFO, she can stay in this. I think the play for Smo is probably to block on Fist Hell, then block on Party House, and then go for the win on Avianos. Oh, but Smo is not running Victor, which is gonna slow her down a bit. Victor's maxed out power makes it a lot quicker to kill these smaller enemies. Okay, they're kind of keeping in. Oh, and the UFO gets away for BoardsOfHannahda. And that's a reset. And that's gonna keep Smo in this. Okay, BoardsOfHannahda's just gonna pivot and go for the win on Party House. I think this is a reasonable play. I think, yeah, predicting correctly that Smo is trying to get the double UFO, and yeah, just go and get your own bingo. That's perfectly fine. Alright, there we go. Stage 1 complete for Smo. And yeah, okay, but BoardsOfHannahda is rushing through this party house goal. That's 3 trouble on screen at once. Need another 3 beyond that, though. And yeah, Smo's not too far off from the second UFO, just needs to clear this mini-boss. Oh, okay. There we go, and then there'll be one swarm right here. You can save a little bit of time by charge punching that guy when he shows up on screen. The enemy's spawn trigger is that guy dying. So as soon as he's off the screen, you can just get on with this fight here. But, yeah, okay, BoardsOfHannahda picking up drivers. That's not gonna be enough trouble. That is 5 trouble. And okay, as soon as this, okay, UFO's on the next screen here. There it is. All right. Two UFOs destroyed. Smo, you've got to go pivot into Party House right now. Does she make the play? No, she's going to Avianos. Oh, that's gonna be it, because it's only a matter of time before Boards of Hannahda gets this. Okay, picking up another driver, picking up some more house space. Another rock star. Okay, the problem is, like, Boards of Hannahda's kind of really gone maximum on the trouble here, and actually drawing the hippies necessary to negate enough trouble is gonna be really hard. You don't want to go above 6 trouble. Because that just really raises the chance. Oh, okay, never mind. Hold on. No, that's not enough trouble. That really raises the chance that you just draw too much trouble before you can draw your trouble negation. And yeah, there's a good chance we're just gonna see 10 rounds of Boards of Hannahda failing to get 6 trouble on the screen. We're getting close, but not quite there. 2, 3, 4. Nope, we're seeing busts at 4 and 5 a lot. But the problem is, Smo's and Avianos, and every Avianos fight takes every Avianos scenario takes so long unless you get very lucky. Okay. Seven days to go, upgrading the house a little further. 2 trouble, 3 trouble, 4 trouble. We can get a hippie. That's 4 trouble, you need 2 more. All you can do is draw. And that's not gonna do it. Not enough house space for this. Okay, Smo with 4 castles, but that top fortress is very poorly defended. Okay, and potential coming in for the middle. Doesn't really get anything to help produce more troops either, so just gonna have to hope the AI just kind of drops the ball here. Okay, yeah, upgrade recruit and get some priests. I think it's probably like 1 priest on the top and 1 priest in the middle. Is what I go for here. Like, a priest defending a fortress is quite a bit. That's 4 trouble on that party, and we're down to 4 days left here. Alright, yeah, there we go. Gonna get 1 priest on each of those. Is this good enough? There's a chance the AI just flakes out and doesn't do anything here. Okay, no, we're probably gonna see a trial teleport into the back fort. Oh, that's way too much. Smo can't hold this. Yeah, that priest barely even accomplished anything, just kind of shot a bunch of attacks into the swarm and didn't really do anything meaningful. 3 days left, we still have not seen 4 trouble. I don't like the early fetch from the driver. Do not use your drivers until absolutely necessary. Okay, we have 3 trouble in the party. That's 4. That's still not good enough. That's 5 trouble. See, Smo's in a bad spot in this Aviano scenario, though. This is mostly range units, and we saw a few Hawk Knights in the enemy lineup there. 5 trouble? That's 5 trouble. Or no, that's not even 5, that's 4. Or no, that's 5, it's 5. The monkey's up there. Last day for Boards of Hannahda to get this. We'll see if they can pull it off. 1 trouble, 2 trouble, and that's a bust. Okay, so Smo's gonna make the play to try and take this bottom fort, I think. Again, the problem is we saw a lot of varied units in that attack force. I don't know that just a big a modest clump of ranged units is going to be sufficient to hold. And now we have an empty fort up there that's completely undefended, and the army's coming through it. I think it's almost worth considering trying to attack that left fort. Putting some amount of stock on that. Maybe that's the entirety of that army that took that fort is now on that mountain.
But if there is one Hawk Knight in this expedition coming across these forts, it's not going to hold. There is one Hawk Knight in this expedition. That said, they do clear out a lot of the attack force here. That bomber and the Hawk Knight are still intact though, and those are going to give problems. Might not be a bad idea to consider Trilock Lightning here to clean that out. I find that the Trilock Lightning effect is very underrated by a lot of players for scenarios like this. If you are all in on like amassing big groups of cheap units like archers, and your opponent just has like a couple of Hawk Knights that are demolishing you, and you don't have the means to get stronger units to handle them, you can just lightning them away. And with a couple of churches on the ground like this, that would be a potential angle for Smo in this situation. Okay, just gonna warp into this fort to see what's there. 2 swords. Okay, well, I probably would have run away rather than try and fight here, but it does take down 1 sword. So that right fort is pretty lightly defended, as we probably could have guessed with the sheer number of forces over on the left. Fortunately, does not have the bones to contest that right fort, but could check out that left fort. That is a possible option here. It looks like that's what we're gonna do here. Okay, 1 bomber, that's an easy win for this fort. Yeah, the single owl shot takes care of that. So back up to 4 forts, but again, some of them pretty lightly defended. So yeah, if you can get to another Trilock turn here... Yeah, the lightning would just completely clear out that army in the top fort. Ooh, does lose control of the churches, though. So not going to be able to get enough bones to cast lightning here. And yeah, the problem here is Smo has next to no economy. All she's got is 1 seed factory and 2 worker baths. So not really being able to replenish forces here, and it's just kind of being an awkward game of musical chairs on the fortresses here. Gotta come up with something to break this stalemate. That is the problem with really aggressive rush strategies like this, is if they fail to pad out, even against weak AI like this, you end up just running around in circles and wasting tons of time. Perhaps gonna try and take that mountain back. I think there's probably nothing there. You might even get some free buildings out of it. Oh no, they've actually got forces here. Yeah, just gonna run. And that's an unfortunate loss of a good amount of forces there for no gain. And we're gonna see the reset from Smo. Smo, I really think you gotta go block on Party House. That's 5 trouble. Like Boards of Hannahda is getting so close. That's 5 trouble. But yeah, incidentally, I did see some discussion in chat. I really think the Party House goals should probably get their phrasing changed to make it clear that you're supposed to have them in the party, all in the party at once. That's, I think that's another 5 trouble party. Yep, that's 5 trouble again. That last point of trouble is really a doozy. Oh yeah, this last day, and that's triple trouble off the top. Okay, so that's an attack coming in on Smo here. I think she should be able to win this. The height advantage on a ranged unit from holding the fort. I think yeah, we should see... Yeah, that priest just takes them out, no problem. This is looking like a pretty nice start for Smo. If she can hold that forward fort, she can just kind of inch her way over to that bottom left one. Yeah, I think just reinforce that front fort, and then eventually make your way towards... Going for diagonal movement, for faster movement towards that fort, I guess? Or maybe it's going to try and take the top fort, too. I mean, something you could do is take the unclaimed fort, and then try and get Trilock and take the bottom fort on the next turn. Yeah, that looks like it's what we're going to see here. If the AI doesn't immediately take a fort here, which they don't, okay, now you just go Trilock, you warp into the bottom left fort, and that's an easy win. That's a free win. Upgrade the Miracle for the cheaper teleports so that you can teleport onto the bones and then teleport again. Yeah, this is perfect. And now the AI can't do anything because they don't have access to Trilock, which is the only way you can attack multiple forts in one turn. So Smo is gonna get the win on the first scenario here, but I believe this is still just the hatchling scenario. So yeah, this. Oh, unfortunately not able to flee because there's no adjacent tile to flee to. It would be faster to just flee and let them win, but yeah, we're gonna have to just play this battle out. I think Smo actually even wins this fight. That Owl Priest is doing damage. Yep, there we go. Smo even holds and finishes the scenario with 5 forts. So yeah, that was just hatchling. We've spent all that time on the hatchling battle, and Smo needs to get the gold disc. I really think Smo needs to pivot out of it. Oh, okay, no, it's just a reset. I thought for a second Smo was going to make the pivot into Party House. Because I really feel like it's just a matter of time before Boards of Hannahda is able to pull this off. Okay, it's 3 trouble. There's not going to be enough space to get 6, though. Yeah, it's 4. Even if you draw another party trouble, and you're going to end at 5. And bust, so yeah, I could just got in the party there. Okay, looks like the quick strat didn't work out. Looks like a Trilock warp, putting a stop to any very quick wins. This fight is winnable for Smo. I think it's unlikely, though. Archers tend to take quite a while to take off. Oh, nope, does get the win. Archer manages to take down the bomber and brings Smo up to 4 forts. Trouble is, she has no way to reinforce these forts. Rexodon was just used. Could go Shylock and lightning that square that just moved. I think that's the play here. Shylock, upgrade Miracle, and lightning the tile that just moved, and hope that that just works. Okay, it's gonna move the archers. Oh, it's gonna try and take a 5th fort, perhaps? Banking on... Yeah, gonna bank on that this fort is empty and all the forces are to the south. And it looks like it's gonna pay off. Okay, you know, what do I know? And yeah, again, Trilock's gone because you just used Trilock, so there's no way the AI... Like, why are we messing around with other commands? You've won! Just end the game. Why? I mean, sure, okay, you have 6 forts now. Good job, we're very proud. Please just win. Please just win, your opponent is trying to bingo you. I mean, at this point, I think Smo's just hard committed. That's fledgling game done. And now it's time to get the gold disc. Oh, that was 5 trouble on Boards of Hannahda's side, though, with a lot of empty space. Could we be about to see this? 3 trouble on the board. 4 trouble on the board, and that's a bust. Okay, yeah, no, Smo's just committed to Avianos, is not gonna try and make this block. If Smo can get really lucky, you know, I don't think you want a board like that. Is this the board we're playing? Really? Oh, it's another reset from Boards of Hannahda. And we've got Avianos Adult Race versus Party House Have 6 Trouble Race. Okay, and we're just gonna do it. We're gonna start with a quick warp to take another fort. Smo just going for an aggressive strat. And I think it's what you gotta do here. Okay, and the AI is starting off with a backwards move. If Smo can secure these 4 left forts and build up a defense, she might actually pull off the win here. Oh, kind of an annoying lightning hit there, but not really all that consequential. Gonna move the 1 sword here to take fort number 3. But yeah, if the AI just kind of takes territory in the back and gives Smo the opportunity to set up here, this could be very good for her. Unfortunately, not gonna get enough bones here to teleport, even with the miracle upgrade. No... Oh, wait. Oh no, there's one church. She does have a church. I missed that she had a church there in the center. Okay, so I'm gonna be able to pick up a bunch of resources here to sweep up territory on all these mountains. Or not. Oh, so that's a huge missed opportunity for Smo. There's so many bones on these mountains with seeds. You could get so many seeds, go Rexodon next turn, and fill up the forts with archers. Yeah, now only gonna have enough seats to do a couple of archers in each of these 2 forts. And you can't. Yeah, there's a chance that top fort gets taken out. If Smo had just warped to those other 2 mountains on the way down to that bottom fort, she could have, I think, like 3 archers, maybe even 4 in each of these forts. Now can Steino can't move diagonally. That's a win. Smo wins.
Okay. Well, there we go.
I am never playing Party House again. What a fucking terrible game.
I had a great time in Party House. I got bartenders and cute dogs every time I needed them.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the same advice. BoardsOfHannahda, I'm gonna give you the same advice everyone gives to everyone who's strong with Party House. Play Best Wishes.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
Were you not playing Best Wishes?
They were playing Alien
I don't know what
Invitation.
Ah.
I
Which-
was doing something that I tried once and it worked, and it didn't work.
So, were you in Party House the entire time I was gold disking Aviana?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, wow.
There were 4 full scenario runs at the first scenario. None of them managed to get 6 trouble on the screen at once.
Wow.
I lost count of how many times there was 5 trouble on the screen. It was rough.
Like, I think 2 things happened. Like, I played badly, obviously. Like, I concede that point. But also, it kind of feels like a monkey on a typewriter type thing, where if you just do the same thing long enough, eventually it should work, at least once.
You would expect as much, but yeah, that's not always the case. Especially like, yeah, if you go, like, if you put way more than 6 trouble in your Rolodex, you're actually extremely likely to just bust before you get to enough trouble if you put too much in. And I think that's kind of the problem we were seeing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like Smo. I gotta hand it to you. The whole time I was saying, like, okay, Smo needs to go block in Party House because BoardsOfHannahda's here, and like this goal usually
Yeah, I
doesn't take
thought about
super
that.
long, and you just need to block and then race on Avianos. You actually also
But then
lucked
I have,
out.
like, the best Aviana.
You also
Like,
lucked out.
Jeez.
Hannahda actually started in Fist Hell and was ahead of you, and accidentally let the first UFO get away.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
god.
I mean, it was just kind of a problem when I realized it wasn't over, because I know if we have to raise Party House, I lose. If we have to raise Avianos, I lose. That's just how it works. And if we raise Fist Hell, I probably also still lose. Like, if we were at Fist Hell, if we were at Fist Hell at the same time, I think you still would have beaten me. Because I'm just bad
Oh,
at
and
Fist Hell.
the Tactics survival mode race, that led to
God.
the
That was... Don't... it's
you
fine.
both
God.
of you were on the verge of winning and then died at the same time.
Like, I suddenly had, like, 3, like, bombers or whatever that took out, like, my whole defense. Like, all of us, like, all at once, pretty much. Like, right at the end.
My number 1 point of advice for speedrunning the tactics is babysit the bombers, whether they're your own or the opponent's. Babysit the bombers, because they will ruin your day if they get the chance.
I usually do. It was just like when I needed like literally any other unit to block, they were like, how about some bombers?"
Yeah, your forces were so low, and you're just like, you're having to like block at the last lane, and you have 3 bombers, and it's just like, yeah, they all just chain into each other, and then you have nothing, and there's this force bearing down you. Yeah, it was a pretty bad situation.
Yeah. I mean, the solution is to not get in that situation, but
Yeah, the race to
I think
lieutenant
something
too was also.
oh my god, I was so close. I had like
was
one
so
bad
bad.
round, and then
Boards of Hannahda got to like 49 points, I want to say like 2 or 3 times.
Yep. Horrible.
I was so close. It was like
and
2 flags away.
With all that back and forth, Hannahda, I'm pretty sure you won like 10 levels in ranked and could have marked 8 levels before Lieutenant.
I completely lost count.
Yeah, I totally get just like wanting to be safe and then playing half the campaign and then typing the terminal message to try and goad an answer out of me. Sorry, I'm not telling you.
But like I'll say this port was great when I got to play my games, and then my games were gone.
The second you have to,
And
the
then,
second you had to play anything else.
well, a tactics is fine. The party house is just I don't know the strats. And Avianos and Fistel are a complete disaster.
Having watched Smo, I can tell you the strats are pick a random scenario and just get the most cracked guest setups you've ever seen.
Get the most cracked set. Like, oh my god, the second one when I had like mascots, cute dogs, hippies, and bartenders. I was like, I'm like free. It's so free.
Yeah, when you're
especially
like you're chasing the like max out old friends and rich pals, and there's mascots, and it's like, oh well, okay.
I know.
like you played it very well though. I don't want to just be like, oh, you just got lucky. Like, no, that was some good party house.
Yeah. No,
I mean, my first one was also like cute dogs and.
Yeah, cute dogs are just.
I'm
always happy to see cute dogs at the party, like both in party house and in real life, to be honest.
Yeah, I could have gotten the 6-star guest also, but I didn't see it until too late.
That one's pretty tricky to get. Like you have to do a lot of planning to make sure you don't accidentally win early.
You just buy wrestlers, which I think I had on the first one that I got really lucky on. Or you could buy any kind of boot. I would have gotten it.
Can I ask how close we were on Waldorf? Like, how much later was I in Waldorf? Because that won you the game, basically, by getting those Waldorf rules before I could.
I think you had taken a death pretty recently once she started sweeping up the remaining tiles, so it wasn't that close. But, yeah, you were both in Waldorf for a while. And yeah, you took 35 shells easily because Smo was not even going for that tile at all.
I was going for it, yeah.
But everything else she had a
pretty
pretty handy lead on.
Yeah, I was hoping I could beat you in a tactics event, like after doing Waldorf, and then I would have the diagonal bingo also, was my plan.
Yeah, that's the one that I saw afterwards, because basically when I got to 13 and I saw that 5th column, I was just like, oh no.
the triple Avianos column 5.
It's just like, just go with Avianos and you'll be fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Fist Hell's in there too. Just block with the Fist Hell early, but yeah, it ended up ended up pushing for the bingo on the first column, and mostly getting it, and then getting a majority, and then you're both like, GG, and I'm like, and Smo's coming in here trying to say how much she messed up. I'm like, what are you talking about? Go win.
And then I did.
Yeah, then you did.
Well, because I felt so bad about losing the tactics like 2 ice in a row. I felt like, God, like that's the game that I picked, and I lost all the tactic squares.
The tactic squares were probably the closest part of the race overall of any individual goal races.
I have identified the problem with these menu games. Is that they give you
menu-based gaming wins every time
about your actions, and they feel like so slow, because I was like, ooh, I'm driving my little car around and it's going fast, and I was really bad at Magic Garden, but I also got the run going, it was pretty fast, and ooh, I'm like a little Warwick and fast, and then I have to sit there like picking guests out of our mono decks and pressing a button, and then the cops show up and I'm miserable. It's not good.
Oh yeah, I should stop the timer. Oh, and oh my God, Smo, you were making me so mad. Like you had like 5 forts on the last turn in Avianos, and then you go and take the 6th fort too.
Just for fun. I just wanted to see if I could do it.
Well, and you did. Congratulations. You're the big Avianos winner.
Yeah, that's like the luckiest I've gotten fledgling in a long. Like I tried practicing this goal, and I feel like I'm never that.
It's so funny to me that you spent the most time by far on the hatchling game.
I know. Like, did you see that one army where it was just like the most cracked AI in hatchling, where all of a sudden they had like 6 bombers and like 10 Hawk Knights? I'm like, what are we doing? When did that happen? It's like turn 4.
Yeah, sometimes the AI does that.
That usually happens to me on the later difficulties.
Yeah,
but
same.
I got really lucky with Trilog, like rushing.
Yeah,
stuff.
meanwhile, yeah, your adult round, like, you just get those 4 forts, and then last turn, the AI doesn't even get something that can move diagonally, and there's not even a fight.
Yeah.
Imagine your soldiers questioning why you sent them to die in another clearly unnecessary battle, and your response is just for fun, smiley face.
I just wanted to see if I could.
Well, I am very upset. I will take my
I'm sorry.
No.
That was probably the most wild game I've played of bingo.
Yeah. I was doing so well until I wasn't. That's the problem. Like, the first half hour, I was like, this is going great. I'm gonna do everything I want to do. And, well, you know.
This is the opposite of the match that I had against Pizza, where I was just like, yeah, I'll just play the games I like playing, and then Pizza just got a bingo immediately, pretty much.
That can happen. I just want one board with undelivered gold disc at some point, at any point. That's all I ask. I just want to do it. I just want to show I can do it. And I'm never playing Party House again. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Well, if you ever change your mind, don't be afraid to ask me for some hot Party House tips. I'm always one to offer. That's the main one. Just
best wishes.
it's just play best wishes, but there's a little bit more beyond that. Anyway, thanks for races. It was entertaining. I'm probably gonna hop out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for casting last minute.
Yeah, no problem. This was a lot of fun. Take care, you two.